comment down below. Let's get stuck straight into the video. Okay, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, yeah, yesterday, made a video about meeting the devil. Yeah, that video interesting. Go check that out when you get a chance. That video fucking interesting. I'm gonna fucking cuss, I'm gonna fucking bleed this out 3 times. Okay, putting more work on myself or whatever. Okay, I made a video yesterday about meeting the devil. And I said in that video, at the end of that video, I was going to make a video about meeting God. Yeah, meeting God. Okay? Met God. Now, let me share my experience with meeting God. Some people don't believe, some people have no faith, some people never meet Him, some people don't even believe that that is nonsense. They believe it's nonsense. They believe people are just full of shit and they just want to believe in something. But I'm telling you how I've met it. How I've met that entity, how I've experienced what it feels like. Okay, go and share it. Because these videos, there are probably about 50 of these videos, nobody gonna recognize, nobody gonna notice them until I start dropping bangers and then they go back and binge and see all the videos that I made practicing on my phone. Okay? But yeah, that is why the audio is so echoey and annoying. I hate the audio. I hate the freaking audio. But it is what it is. Okay, so met God. Let's share my experience with meeting God. Okay, yesterday I was talking about meeting the devil, and as I go to get to the point of meeting that entity, a fucking animal, sorry I cursed, an animal will just walk up, a ferret. It wasn't a squirrel, it was a ferret, and it was standing up like this with red eyes, watching me when I talk, and it distracted me. And I was like, okay, clearly there's a sign that something don't want me to talk about this. But it came up, and as I talk about meeting God, some vulture that is swarming around when something died, swarming around, and my eyes focusing. I'm not going to turn the camera and look at the thing because it's far away already. But back to the point, meeting God. Okay, my first experience with understanding what it was about was when I was young, 13, 14, cue the sad music. When I was young, 13, 14, cue the sad music. When I was young, 13, 14, 12, I don't know which age, my father was unhealthy. He was very overweight. He was unhealthy. He had complications with his organs. He had a heart problem. He had diabetes. Whatever you think, everything he had except cancer. Everything he had. So he had multiple health problems and complications, and all his children and his people who came about him, his wife, mother, etc., they could see he wasn't doing well and his time was short. My father had 8 children. Okay? I'll talk about my siblings and what happened to the firstborn, but right now I just explained he had 8 children. And we all could see he in terrible condition and we all concerned. And I could see my father not going to live long. In that condition, he's going to die very, very, very quick. Right? So I did what only I could do. I am a child. I can't do anything. I can't get doctors to see, but I can't fix you. So all I could do was pray. And when I prayed to God, begging God, crying like a bitch, begging God to help my father and to give him more time with us. Begging, and then he went to the hospital and they did whatever they did with him, and a couple of days later when he came out of the hospital, he was alright. I could see the change in him. He was like a new person. And this really made me believe. It made me believe because I begged God to help my father and give him more time. And a couple of days after he came out of the hospital, he was a different man. And I just had no way to explain that feeling, to explain how that happened. How a man could go from dying to looking normal, to being a normal human being. And it could only have one explanation to me, because he was a dead man. There's only one thing could have brought that person, and it so happened and so did. And he was alright. He was alright. And that made me believe in God, but I didn't meet God that way. I just made me believe, like maybe it worked. It made me believe that, yeah, something behind the scenes working. That's what made me believe. But what made me what made me meet and fully understood it. This is what made me understood it. I used to live a dark life when I was around 17 to 21, 22. I used to live a very dark, meaningless, I don't care if I die life. I used to be with lime is a word we use in my country. Lime means hang out. So I used to hang out with criminals. I used to hang out with drug addicts. I used to hang with bad females. I used to do lots of drugs alone by myself. Okay? Because I'm an introvert and I don't care for bums who want to do drugs together. I don't doing drugs. There's no party. We're not drinking alcohol like buddies. It's drugs we doing. We doing hanging together like we's our family. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, finna get high by myself. Right? So I used to do a lot of drugs by myself, alone in the night. And that carried on for some years. It carried on for a very long time. I don't know if you do stuff, you do drugs, but most people need company when they're doing drugs. Right? I didn't. I'm an introvert. I don't care. I do it by myself. I do everything by myself. I self-sufficient, right? So in my time of doing those stuff, it got to a really bad point where when I looked in the mirror, I didn't know who the fuck that was looking at me. It felt like two people. It felt like my inner being here and a monster in the reflection. And I didn't know what that was. It scared me. My own reflection scared me. Yeah, get out bad. My own reflection. And I don't know if I want to believe in this, but auras, I believe in auras. And when your aura gets so bad, you could see the evil in your own self and in others. You could see the aura. And that aura used to come in the form of those evil eyes and your hands. My hands, you ever watch movies like werewolves and vampires and scary creatures, how their hands look? How their hands look, my hands used to look monsterish. It used to look like a monster's hands. And I thought I was going crazy. I thought this kind of drugs you want, but you fucking hallucinating. I thought that is what it was, but it wasn't. It was real, right? I thought it was a drug. And then I got sober after my time, and I still saw these things. It's like I'm not even on drugs. Why I still seeing these fucked up things? Okay, but I'm gonna get back to the point. So in my dark times, didn't know who I was. Looking in the mirror at a monster. I seen auras, I seen shit, I don't know what I seen, like madness. So I got sober, and then a couple of months later, I relapsed. And in my time of relapsing, if you do drugs, if you do anything, and you know when you relapse, it gets worse. So whatever you were doing before, when you relapse, it triples. It gets more worse and more intense. When you relapse, it just gets worse. The addiction gets worse. Alright, so I was worse. And at a time, this is how I met God. And at a time, when I relapsed and I was doing my usual routine, the usual shit I was be doing, sit down getting high, and all of a sudden, I sat down on a two-seater by myself, and I just felt like, again, goosebumps. I just felt like something was next to me. Again, I don't know what the fuck going on. And I felt like something was next to me. It felt like a person was next to me. Like I sitting down here, getting fucked up. And then I just feel like somebody's sitting next to me. And I was like, what going on here? And then I was so scared. When I turned, I was even though I'm with criminals, I'm with drugs, I'm not scared of that, but you see stuff that are the unknown and you don't know, and they're just creepy. I was scared of that. So, doing my shit, and then I felt a presence next to me. I felt like a person sitting next to me, and then when I turned my face, it felt goosebumps. A white a whiteness right next to me. Like, how do I explain this? Like a diamond, but completely white, glowing next to me. It was not like madness, it was not like you on drugs, but that nigga was hallucinating. I wasn't. A whiteness was next to me. Felt like a person. All the hairs raised up when I turned my face. And there's a whiteness next to me. And that spooked me. It spooked me. I get sober immediately when I saw that. And then, as I looked at it, a parade was coming down the street. I was hiding underneath the tree smoking, and then I could see the road. And a parade was happening. A whole bunch of cars. At that point, it had a government rally, like elections, and all of the parade was passing, and a whole bunch of police was passing, and once it had blue lights, and then the fucking white misty spirit thing next to me, feeling like a person next to me. I was like, give this up. This is not for you. You relapse, and look what happened. A white entity next there, police flooding the streets. This is madness, right? That's how it felt. That's how I know God was real, because it had no explanation for it. I could feel, this is a person. That's what it feel like. It felt like this is a person that you cannot touch, you cannot see any features, but you know it's something. And that's how I met God. And then I started praying. I started beg God forgive me. I begging God to get these evil spirits out of me and away from me to help me, and then I got better, and then I relapsed one more time, but that relapse didn't last long, and that was it. I relapsed 3 times. 3 fucking times I relapsed. I'll explain what I was addicted to and how I relapsed much better and much more clearly in other videos, but this video is just how I met God. And this is the summary. The first time I believed that there was a God and I had faith was when I prayed for my father, and he got better. He was supposed to die, but somehow we all prayed, the whole family was praying for him, and he made it. He came back, and he did. God gave him 8 more years. Right? Still passed, but at least you get the time. Right? And then the second meeting of him, or meeting and understanding it, was a white spirit next to me. And I knew it was an entity, I knew it was a real, it felt like a person who was next to me. A person that popped out from nowhere. I thought it was drugs. It wasn't drugs, it was real. Okay? Because I got sober and weird shit just kept on happening that could not be explained. I am 100% sober. Why am I still seeing auras? Why am I still seeing all this madness? I am sober, I'm not high. Why am I still seeing these things? Why are these animals keep watching me? Why these weird shit keep happening? Can't explain it, so only have one explanation. Alright? But that is pretty much how I met him. I met him through faith, and then I met him through my addictions, and he really didn't want me to do that anymore. That was literally him so angry that he had to show me physical proof to scare me straight.